Good evening, adventurers. Welcome back to Hold Your Action.
Today we bring you the Pathfinder module Kingmaker.
Yeah!
A very popular one, but one that none of us have ever done before.
True that.
Never ever.
So everyone
Indeed.
is blind to it except for me because I've read through it. For one of us, this is the first time playing D&D, and for two others, it's the second time, or not D&D, Pathfinder. And for two of us, it's the second time ever playing Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And for some of us, it's the main system that we play.
Yeah. I've never DM'd Pathfinder before, so I'm bound to make mistakes. Please forgive me. Let's get started.
Let's make a king.
Or a queen.
What?
What?
So
Equal opportunities.
Restov is sent out for adventurers and explorers of all kinds to come and explore an area of land that, while many have tried to settle it, has always, for one reason or another, failed. But they're calling adventurers and explorers, which all of you have responded to this call for your own various reasons. Upon arriving, you make your way to the capital, and upon your arrival, you let the people there know that you're alone and that you need to be put with a group, and so they assign you a group. You all have rooms near each other, and before we get into anything, you guys can meet for the first time. So, Lisa, you have been assigned as the group leader. So you'll be in charge of the group itself. Basically, whatever you say goes, you get the final word on everything. And so you're going to kind of be in charge of how these meetings go. You have a list of the people's names and ages, and sort of what their skill set is. So first on the list would be Ivo. What sort of things are on your list, Ivo?
This is just like information about who he is or like his skills or whatnot.
Yep, just a little bit of information on who you are and what your skills are.
A man from Rossland who is
Wouldn't say
dedicated
Rossland.
to... Not wouldn't say Rossland? Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
A man who is exceedingly dedicated to keeping his allies alive and keeping his enemies on the ground. And his skills would include hitting people with his shield and other things.
Really good description there.
And I guess he's also pretty tactical and good at keeping a group organized when it comes to combat.
Torkire. What sort of things are written on your list, on your name of the list?
A repairs man who is willing to help those in need when asked for, or if not asked for, to protect when in dire need.
Venser?
Venser states simply that he is a boy with an unknown origin as he's wandered around for a long time. Or he's just wandered around. Under skills it says he's good at helping his friends and keeping people alive.
His age or just child?
It doesn't state his age at all.
It'll say child question. And then Samuel.
A half-elf that plays
Entertainment.
That's about it.
And then just to round it out with this.
Well, Lisa, although not the most educated in leadership, wants to learn how to lead people because she believes that with enough help she could change the world, make a place that people actually want to live in. She's very soft-spoken and kind of mysterious. She does things that are kind of unexplainable, like disappearing for hours. You would know that wherever there's Lisa, this person named Ari always seems to be around. I don't know why.
Maybe she's a bodyguard.
Yeah.
Very dedicated bodyguard.
Also, the reason that you've been giving the leadership is because of your last name.
Because she's a woman.
No,
because of
my
your
my
last name.
family line is noble.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
You can discover
What
more
is-
about that in character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lisa, you're in charge of you're in charge of meeting people. You can meet them one at a time or in a group. It's up to you.
Are we in a tavern or
No,
like
you're
a...
in the.
Are there any other people with us?
No, you're each in your own room in the capital in like the palace of the capital city. Not the capital city, but like a really big city.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ivo and Torkire would know that this used to be the capital of Rostland, back when it was Rostland.
Before the stupid issues came about.
Well, I think it would be wise to get everybody to meet each other at the same.
So you call everyone. Do you call them like just to your room?
Yeah, that seems private enough.
Okay. So you call it. Everyone gets called to Lisa's room.
Is there a servant that comes, or is Lisa going door to door?
Lisa would go herself.
He answered. He's like, can I? Is this necessary at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, we wanna get the whole group together, you know? We gotta know who's who, what's what. Kinda have to discuss some matters.
Torkire sighs, then nods, and he says, "I'll join you in a moment." Which one's your room?
She points.
He nods and shuts the door.
As you get to the room, you hear playing on the lute, and as you open you knock. He opens, and he would bow down on his knee and go, "Ah, fair maiden, what would thou have me do?"
She kind of gives you a strange look. Not used to being called a fair. Well, right now I'll heading to my room, you know, giving introduction.
Blushes.
I'll come at once. He grabs his lute and then starts following you.
Does everyone else just go? No problem.
Yeah. I was not gonna kick up a stink.
You'd hear some difficulty opening the door for Venser's room, but he'd come.
Is he too short to open the door?
He's 2'10".
Dude, oh my god! I think she would open the door for you.
Not that you know.
Yeah, I guess as
Yeah.
Ivo goes down the hall, he just stares at this little kid.
Well, that's unexpected.
I guess Torkire would be the last to arrive then.
Ivo will stand. He's a standing type.
Venser
Tor-
would try to get on the bed a little difficultly, but get it up.
Then Torkire will just lean against the door as soon as he's in.
Well, I mean, I guess the first matter at hand, Venser, any explanation about your age, your height? Why would we be with a child? That seems a little dangerous.
You
I'm
get
not a
yourself-
child.
Can I
I'm
percept?
an oracle.
He's a dwarf.
Can I percept to make sure he's not a halfling in disguise?
You can make a sense motive.
Sweating intensifies.
He's just staring at it with his hand on his.
You're not
I'm an
sure.
oracle.
Torkire just shakes his head.
Or a what?
I'm an oracle.
Does that mean you're a child? Or does that mean that you're like, what is it, a halfling but...
No, I'm stuck like this.
Oh.
So you're like
pretty-
not a.
So it's like a trick.
No, nothing can change this. I am stuck like this for the rest of my life.
Well,
I am stuck at the age of 8.
I guess you won't be dying of old age, right?
Or
What kind of power do
balding.
you have?
I've got some nice powers. You'll see in time.
Wait, my guy would actually pat you on the shoulders. That is a brilliant ability.
Thank you.
That does seem rather useful. Well, I guess for exploring some wilderness, Ivo, you seem to be the best frontliner we have.
I hope.
I do too, of course. Samuel, you could be really anywhere. Probably not the front. It's probably a bad idea.
Probably.
Well,
Torkire rhymes with fire.
Tokire. Where do you think you would be able to place in combat? I don't know much about what you do.
Close, far range. I have a bow in my room.
Ah, okay. So I guess, Ivo, you really are the only first.
Well, if he needs someone to join in the front lines, I'd be happy to join if he needs help.
That would be appreciated. It's what I'm used to.
He offers a hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
He looks you in the eye and nods.
He nods back. I'm gonna roll a strength check for firm handshake. He's groggy. Just
Were we wanting to talk about anything else?
I'm not sure. According to this list, I think we're pretty much done.
But
when are we leaving?
That's a good question. I don't think this says.
Lisa was informed that tonight is the ceremony to get your charter.
Tonight's basically our last night here, so if we have any other questions or concerns or, last wishes before we depart, I guess now's your chance.
When are we being assigned this task?
I believe tonight would be the ceremony for us departing, if I'm correct.
Well, do we have to depart following the ceremony?
Not necessarily, but we probably
Then after the ceremony, I have an errand to run.
I think we should
do
wait
love
for the
that.
ceremony just in case we are leaving right after.
Again,
That's a
after
good
the...
one.
Then let us go.
How long do we have till the ceremony?
40 minutes or so.
Then lead the way, my lady. And he bows,
We have some
holding
time.
the door open.
I want to get some drinks. He looks around. I'll pay for everyone but you. He points at Vince. I don't think I'm comfortable buying drinks for you. I'm sorry.
He's a
Samuel
child. He
comes
shouldn't
over.
be drinking.
You know just how to charm someone.
It's fine. I'm used to not
about
drinking.
being drunk right before an important ceremony, but hey, I guess if you have to do it.
It's an evening ceremony, so we'll probably sleep before we go, right?
I mean, you'll be drunk. What if you don't pay attention to what's said? And
I'm not gonna get that drunk.
okay.
I can hold my ale.
I can keep an eye on.
Yeah, keep an eye on him.
We're in an inn, right?
No, you're in the palace.
Oh, we're in the palace.
You
That's
got
right,
rooms in the palace.
If everyone wants to go with me, I'm gonna dip out and grab some.
I'll come with you. I said
how-
I'd keep an eye on you.
Sorry, the palace
Fair enough.
itself doubles as the Aldori school,
Mm.
like the Sword Lord school.
Oh, okay. Would I know of where the kitchen is?
You would. They don't serve drinks here.
We'd have to leave. There's no alcohol here.
Oh, wants to come with me?
I
said
will, my friend.
I said I'd keep an eye on you, so I gotta go too.
My lady.
Just don't be late. We don't want to have a bad image.
I won't
don't
be
worry.
late.
Where
I'll
is
make sure
it?
they're on time.
Where's the meeting being held at?
She'll give you the location.
The location.
It's just in the main hall of the palace.
I'll just grab a mug and come right back. Don't you worry.
So we'll be back in the hour. Before Torkire actually leaves with the party, he equips his bow and quiver.
Ivo doesn't bother. He probably has his armor on during the day anyway. Yeah, he's gonna go to the nearest inn/tavern.
You go to the nearest tavern, and you find it is filled with mercenary soldiers. The place is pretty much shoulder to shoulder.
Perhaps they'll
Ivo-
have drinks at the thingy tonight.
I suppose.
Torkire starts shouldering through to the bar.
Okay.
Wait, as he goes, Ivo's gonna try to stick a gold coin in his hand to buy the.
He tries to take it.
Yeah.
And then he slams it down and tries to wave down the bartender. Hey, I need 3 beers and a milk.
Ales! Ivo shouts over everybody.
Ale.
The
I get
man
the
nods
bartender?
at you and then continues to working at other for other people.
Is there more than one person behind the bar?
There's 2, but the other one's further down the bar.
Ivo just kind of shrugs it in from the doorway.
Do you mind if I climb on your shoulder, Ivo? I can't see anything.
Oh, yep. He just picks you up. That gives you a piggyback.
Thank you.
So you wait for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
At this point, I yelled at the bartender. I was like, "Where's the ale?"
He looks at you for a second, almost confused, and then he has a look of recognition and nods.
When he nods, he holds up the 3 fingers, and then he also yells, "And the milk!"
You wait another 5 minutes, and then he comes with the drinks.
Oh.
Thank you. He hands him the piece, and then he takes all 4 mugs and shoulders out through the crowd again.
Ivo's gonna try to meet him halfway and protect him from bodies to ensure the ale doesn't.
Yeah, you keep getting bumped. A few of the ales get spilled a little bit, not very much, but
Venser's holding tight to the shoulders.
there's
Are
one
you
or
saving shield to assist his AC against people bumping into him?
just one or two lose the froth, and that's about it.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, well, here you go. He passes a mug of milk to Venser on his shoulder,
Venser will take it.
and then he drinks his ale on his way back.
So does Venser.
I love that imagery. That's really fun.
Just like a little kid drinking milk on his daddy's shoulders.
Pretty much.
Except something that you would notice, Ivo, is that he is very obviously a Kelid.
Yeah, he's a kid.
That's his.
Kid.
It's just his ethnicity. It doesn't mean much. But
Ivo would make an assumption if he was an adult.
Samuel starts drinking. This is a great way with Fred.
Great way to seal a group.
Venser's kind of moving back and forth with his head to the music that's going.
Fortified
Acting a little
isn't bad.
childish.
standing outside, you can hear the music better than if standing inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah,
What are
yeah.
these mugs made out of?
Clay.
Clay?
Yeah.
Do I hear any other breaking inside of the bar, such as wood or clay?
Not commonly, but there's bound to be at least a couple.
Oh, well, Torker finishes his drink, then he opens his hand out to the other empty mugs.
Venser will give his back.
Yeah,
he drank
Ivo
them fairly fast.
Ivo
Yeah,
will give
he
his
passes
finished
his
mug.
back.
Is there a window seal?
Yes.
He leaves the four drink mugs there and he says, "All right, let's go."
So you put the cups down, you head your way back. Arriving, you can meet Lisa at your designated spot. I believe you had one.
Yes.
I would have gotten down at some point and just walked alongside.
And then you make your way to the main hall. You know that you see that there are 4 sort of separated groups, yours being one of them. Looking around at the different groups, Venser notices somebody like staring directly at Ivo.
Wait, do I notice or only 18?
You will notice her, yes. Ivo, as you look around and pan around, you see her too, but she quickly looks away and looks up front, almost trying to ignore you at this point.
Jeez. Do I recognize her?
You do.
Jeez.
You recognize her as Veronica.
Yeah, figured.
I'll pull on your hand a little bit. Who's that?
It's my sister.
You not get along well with her?
Used to. We ended things off at an awkward note last time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bit of an argument. He shakes his head kind of and looks to the front as well.
I'm trying to stay in front of Ivo so that people don't, step on me.
So you're waiting there. You wait there not very long. When a well-dressed woman in a sort of medium plate armor walks up to the front, her hair in a long braid down her shoulder.
Do I know her?
Yes, you would recognize her as Ayamandi Eldori. She's pretty much in charge of the school specifically.
Oh, okay then. Okay. I'd
She's the
very much know her
headmistress.
then.
She gets up in front of everybody on a small ledge, take a couple steps up to a ledge, and she looks at everyone. Greetings, explorers and warriors, conquerors and leaders. I hope your stay here has been pleasant, but now it is time. Each of you is going to receive their charter, and you'll be off. The stolen lands await you, and those that succeed in taming their charter's wilds shall officially receive Restov's recognition and ownership of the region. That land will be yours to do with as you wish.
Raises an eyebrow to that one.
Yeah,
Is
there's a
this
few
information that we
murmurs.
knew before, or is this like new information?
This is, while it's never actually been specifically said anywhere that you will get the land, but it's been kind of implied. So,
Okay.
Just now confirmed.
yeah, it's now confirmed.
Sweet.
She turns to the group on her far right, which would be the far left of the room for you. Now, Amiri, a woman wearing different hides and furs, approaches. She's obviously a Kelid barbarian of sorts. And she receives her charter from Ayamandi. Her face looks angry and determined. Your group will take the Glenbond Uplands, the farthest west of the stolen lands.
To them being said the farthest west, you'll hear Venser kind of sigh. A sigh of relief.
Ivo is just frowning at the lady.
Amiri takes her charter, turns quickly, and roars in a triumphant yell. Ah! This catches many of the observers, including Ayamandi, off guard.
Ivo just kind of mutters, "Congratulations, you got to the top of the stage."
The Sword Lord, then she starts shaking off her surprise quickly. Hannes Drelev, a very well-dressed man, moves forward, his walk filled with grace and snobbery. He very obviously avoids looking even remotely at Amiri, in every direction she isn't, scoffing as she passes him. You will take the slough. May the swamps prove traversable. He ever so slightly nods, and he gingerly takes the paper, gliding his way back down towards his small army. Lady Lisa Merson.
Oh boy.
As you approach, you walk past Hannes, and you receive the exact same treatment as Amiri did. Yours is the green belt, and she hands you a small rolled-up scroll.
Thank you.
Ivo gives a thumbs up from the crowd.
Yes, Torkire applauds. And claps.
Ivo claps a little bit because he does.
People just kind of stare at you.
Sam
There's been no clapping
Does
yet.
too.
There's been no clapping.
No.
Ivo doesn't clap.
Okay.
Torkire
If,
still
oh yeah,
applauds.
if there was no clapping, then yeah. I
No,
would
nobody's
clap.
clapping. This is just a small official ceremony. And finally, Megarvan. Another well-dressed man, but with slightly less decadence than the previous one, moves forward. His medium-length hair pulled up into a bun, he walks as a proud man with purpose. As he passes you, he gives you a smile and a courtesy nod.
Wink.
He approaches Ayamandi. Your group is bound for the Nomen Heights, the high mountainous region, Tors of Levens, and the sprawling plains of Dunswood. He bows and accepts the scroll and makes his way back, gloating with his walk.
Guys, don't you think it's weird that they didn't describe our land at all? They just gave it a name. They didn't say anything else about it.
Not what the land is, the green belt.
You get the feeling it's probably got a lot of forest.
Or
Okay.
swamp.
I mean,
Or
No,
swamp.
the other guy got the swamp.
what if it's like way more dangerous and there's like, I don't know, a vampire with.
Now that you all have your charters, you're free to leave and get started whenever you wish. However, tonight we shall hold a great feast in all of your honor. We shall toast to your good fortune. For now, please enjoy yourselves. She claps once, and servants start pouring through the doorways, placing food on nearby tables and starting to hand out drinks.
We should have saved our ale.
They'll always get more ale.
Well, you guys can.
Want another milk?
Nah.
He like winks at you playfully.
Oh, I'm getting some ale.
Torkire nods and follows you.
Yeah, I will get some ale and some food.
Samuel just follows along.
Ivo dines
Samuel
happily.
gets ale.
I hang next to Lisa.
Lisa cautiously eats the food. Just in case something goes wrong.
I would eat.
Ivo feasts wonderfully.
As we are drinking and whatnot, Samuel starts playing music. Upbeat for drinking music.
I tap my toe or tap my foot to the rhythm.
I'd pull on Lisa's sleeve.
Hmm?
Our area is a forest.
Oh.
Listen playing.
Well, that does seem pretty easy, pretty manageable.
You'd also see sort of that Drelev and Varn both have like small armies with them. While Amiri's group is 4 people and your group is 5 people.
I hope we're not underprepared, but
Maybe we're just going to a safer area.
Oh, you guys have me.
We have each other.
Cheers to that.
Cheers!
Torkire raises a glass.
Yeah.
I'll hold a glass of whatever I received.
It looks like juice.
The servants aren't actually going to be too picky. If you ask for a drink, they will hand you one, and it is alcoholic.
Well, I'm not letting him drink it. That's irresponsible.
I guess it's milk again.
They don't have milk. They have alcohol.
guess his body.
Give us a glass of water.
One of the servants kind of just looks at you. What?
Look at him as a kid.
Guys, let's just not make a big hustle.
From what I heard, he's no.
drinking enough liquids today.
Here, Ivo just finishes.
I
a mug
come
of
and
ale.
pat the servant on the leg. Listen here. He doesn't like to drink very much.
Okay.
Could you maybe get him something special, just like water, or maybe apple juice or something? Some form of nice thing. I'm gonna
Persuade.
persuade him.
Diplomacy.
You want to diplomacy him? He looks at you, says right away, and he sort of turns around, shaking his head as he walks away.
There we go. I pat Ivo on the back.
There we go. Much better.
As soon as that finishes, Magar Varn makes his way over. Very good. It seems like we're going to be neighbors. He's talking directly to Lisa.
Yeah, I suppose that's very well. We shouldn't be getting in your.
Of course, but we might want to get in each other's way and maybe help each other out once in a while.
You hear a small gag come from Torkire. This is while he's drinking.
Don't drink too much. My guy pats him on the back.
He gives a thumbs up.
I mean, if you're in a time of need and we're in a time of need, I don't see why we can't scratch each other's.
He gives a smile. Of course. If we're going to be so close to each other and in such a dangerous region of the River Kingdoms, it would be good to have as many allies as you can. And I don't think we're going to be allies with that man over there. And he points to Drevlev, who, him and his people are not drinking, and they're all kind of standing in the corner, just scoffing at the rest of the party.
They are a little bit extra, aren't they?
Indeed.
Or them. Ivo snorts at the barbarian.
The woman Amiri is the only Kelid barbarian. Is the only barbarian of them. Her party consists of a gnome whose hair is grass, like long grass with like flowers in it. There's a dwarf with a big crossbow. And there's a man with darker skin and some sort of gold sort of carved into his head.
Gold
The
carved
Vice
into his
Bird
head.
bunch indeed.
Yeah,
Interesting
into his forehead.
group.
Think the Jaffa. If there's anything you require, don't be afraid to send my people a letter. We'll
As well.
He goes to clink your glass.
She does.
Right. Takes a drink, smiling all the way, and starts backing back to his to go try and network with Amiri.
Yeah, Ivo
Anyone else?
raises him a little glass.
Anyone else not like him?
He gives you a nod.
Oh, I like him. Especially compared to that other guy.
I mean, a lesser of two evils, I guess.
Exactly.
I don't see any evils with him.
I see an evil thing in his pants.
What?
We can't just trust
What?
a stranger. I have to.
What
agree with
kind of
that.
things do you see in him?
A tiny dagger.
I mean, I've got this axe. I've got this sword. I've got 3 of these javelins over here.
Just going and like rummaging through your sack. You're like,
got a
"Oh,
hammer over here.
You just keep throwing stuff out.
You not trust me then? We all got weapons. We're going into the wild.
Got a point there.
Other
The
than
way that he-
Drevlev, actually, nobody else is armed.
Oh, really?
Just,
Torkire's
Ivo's-
armed.
just
Ivo
you
sure
guys
feels
and
silly.
the entirety of Drevlev.
Ivo
Okay.
sure feels silly.
Venser's in his best clothes, which isn't much.
No, Torkire doesn't feel overdressed. Granted, he's not wearing anything fancy, or feel odd that he's equipping his his weapons.
And Amiri is wielding a sword on her back that's like twice the size of her.
Yeesh. I respect that woman.
Well, I don't see any reason to stay here longer. I think we should get our sleep and perhaps leave in the morning.
Early to bed, early to rise. The sooner we can get out, the sooner we get there.
I'm itching to leave. You know, this could be a good opportunity to network. At least talk to people and make them not want to kill us immediately.
I mean, if we don't say anything, we can't mess up and they won't hate us, right?
But if we don't say anything, they might not like us and still attack us.
Every
Torkire
stranger is just a friend you haven't made yet.
You know, Sam, perhaps you should go around and sing a cheery tune to everybody.
Sure would
I'll
be
go
nice.
talk to them. He gets up and he goes over to the woman.
Amiri?
Yeah.
Well, if you're
Why
going
not?
up there, Torkire would go up with you as well.
So you walk up to Amiri, who's sort of just downing glass after glass.
How is it going? Would you like to hear anything as you drink?
I like to hear the sounds of my enemies dying.
Well, I can't play that.
She sort of looks you up and down. Well, you could.
Oh, wow.
The guy kinda
hearing that,
walks
Torkire-
away.
Torkire pats you on the shoulder and walks away before you could first. And good luck.
Walk away. He's gonna head to the fancy people now.
Drevlev?
Yes.
Drevlev
and
specifically, or
I-
one of his people?
one of his people, and ask what kind of song they would like to hear.
Which ones would you? Because there's several. There's like some that would be like in robes, and there's some that look they're in armor. Knowing your guy.
Probably in the robes.
Okay, so you walk up to somebody. He looks like a cleric of sort, wearing a bright red robe with like a dark blue tabard down the center, Sure. He list off a couple of popular Southern Brevois songs.
I start playing them.
He sort of bobs his head along. A couple of the other Dreadblood people bob their head along as well. Drevelov himself just kind of rolls his eyes and looks in a different direction.
After the couple, I go to Drevlov. Would you like to hear any song?
No, I wouldn't.
What? You don't have a sense of music?
I like music fine. I don't like whatever you're doing.
Torkar walk in on this. Doing all
What's
right.
happening with you?
I
Yes. I'm trying to get this man to hear some music, but
Who's this
he's
man again?
too picky on his music choice.
Drelev.
He's kind of a sourpuss, all right.
Drelev.
Well, not
Kinda
everyone
like
has
he's
good
a-
taste.
Huh.
He takes an empty glass and he flags at a maiden and he puts it down on the table and slides it to him. Maybe I have taste for this though.
He waves his hand. I don't need your piss water. So Lisa recognizes him. Well, she at least recognizes his name. It's a offshoot family from the Sertova family. That's the family currently holding the throne.
Then enjoy your evening.
So I walk back to our commander.
I follow him.
That didn't seem particularly successful.
I
Hey,
tried
you
my
didn't
best.
die.
That's a good thing.
I'm hoping nobody hates us now.
It doesn't look like we made enemies. Looks like people just kind of hate us just as much as they did before.
Hate us?
Yep.
Are you insinuating they hate
I'm pretty sure some of his clan likes me. As I point to the stiff guy.
Well, that's a good start. I think best stay out of people's ways unless it comes to us having to deal with them.
Oh, come on. You gotta take charge sometime.
Yes, but I mean, look at us. We're only 5.
4.5.
I'm
A
still
small
person.
smile.
I looks down. It's okay. I'm just kidding.
A smile comes out of Torkar. The first through the evening.
But nonetheless, I don't think we're quite in a position of power where we should be dealing with those forces and potentially getting ourselves killed, or our whole entire chance of ruling anything gone like that.
I'm just saying that we don't want to be enemies with anybody. Nothing's stopping them from stomping on us with how many people they have.
Just think about it. If we've
Does have a
never
point.
done anything wrong or anything to them, I don't think we'll be their number one hits. They already look like they already have their own dramas with it.
So true. They also have to live in a swamp.
We've also made
Yeah.
a gesture of peace and he denied it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
We should probably go to bed. We've got Greenbelt to go to.
Yep, we got an early morning. Best to get an early night.
Ivo, as you're about to go through the door, you get
Oh, yeah.
grabbed on the arm.
He kind of winces and turns around.
Gonna leave without saying goodbye. Or at least hello.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just a little awkward.
I'm surprised to even see you here. You didn't want anything to do with adventure or war.
Well, now it has to do with our country. Keep an eye on yourself out there.
Did
He
you
gives her a pat on the shoulder.
did you see who's in the Drevlev's Drevlev's complement?
No.
The man in the red robe. Drevlev's complement is actually leaving at this point, going through a different door.
Ivo squints.
Looking at the man in the red robe, he sort of turns around to do once more over the room, meets your eyes, and then turns to walk away hurriedly.
Oh, jeez.
You recognize him as Anton.
Oh, how did he get here?
I don't know. But he's wearing girls' clothing.
He laughs. Yeah. Dad wouldn't be happy to see him like that.
You'll keep in touch, right?
I'll do my best. Which group are you with?
Varn.
Varn.
I was hired by Varn a couple months ago to join his mercenary band.
That's pretty good. He seems like a nice man.
I think so.
So far, it seems like our little group here is going to be at least allies with you, so I should be able to keep in touch.
I hope so. I'll send letters.
We will be neighbors after all.
Yeah, I'll send letters too.
She looks down. Yeah, teaching them while they're young, eh, Ivo? She kind of butts your shoulder with her forearm.
Learn from the best, he says.
And with that, she gives you a nod and walks away. You all awake in the morning. You're served breakfast. You notice you're kind of being nudged that it's time to not be here anymore.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we'd go.
Is there bacon?
There's bacon-like food.
Bacon like.
I pocket as much as I can.
You okay?
Whoa.
See Torkire walking with a piece of bacon in his mouth.
So, you got your charter, which is this.
Go
Be
ahead.
it known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the Sword Lords of Restov, acting upon the greater good and authority vested within them by the office of regiment and the Dragonscale throne, has granted the right of exploration and travel within the wilderness region of that's known as the Green Belt. Exploration should be limited to the area no further than 36 miles east and west and 60 miles south of Oleg's trading post. The carrier of this charter shall also strive against the banditry and unlawful behavior to be encountered. This punishment for unrepresented banditry remains, as always, execution by sword or rope. So witness on this the 24th day a Calistrel, under the watchful eye of Lordship Rostroff and the authority granted by Lord Lokiskiri Svitova, current regent of the Dragonscale throne. This exploration range is the image corrected range will be provided within a stolen map of lands.
That is your area. So,
Okay.
this here is Oleg's trading post, and this is south, and this is not 60 miles south.
Do we know any area
That's not
of
36 miles.
this? This is why it's not a map.
Yes, you don't know any of these areas. These areas have yet to be mapped by anybody. These areas have been mapped in the past, but however, due to the nature of the Riverlands, maps very quickly go out of date, as rivers tend to change rapidly. So you travel along the roads. You're walking through the very light forest. Where you are now is mostly plains. There's a few trees here and there, not much. When up ahead, you all spot a creature sniffing at the path.
Can I identify what this creature is? Probably not.
So Samuel, you're able to recognize it as a brush thylacine.
Hmm?
The crap is a brush phyllis.
It is a canine sort of creature.
So is it like a wolf or? does
You
it
do not
shoot-
eat it.
If that shares the
Oh.
character sheet, don't look
Oh,
at the
that's
character sheet.
spooky.
It does not share the character.
I won't look at it. No, it doesn't. So it's like a hyena crossed with wolf.
Yeah,
And
and a
Tasmanian
long,
devil.
skinny sort of rat's tail. You know that it is durable, strong, and a little bit fast.
Does he
There,
know his temperament?
Oh yeah, it'll attack people.
Well, if this is on our barrier of lands, then perhaps we should get rid of it.
I'm remaining close to Ivo.
I mean, wild animals are just wild animals. They can't just kill all of them.
It's also food.
Does anybody else want to eat it? Let's discuss that first.
I'll eat it.
That's one.
I don't want to be eaten.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
two.
Rash.
What if it tracks us?
Okay, I guess let's get going. Let's get chopping.
Shields up, everyone, Ivo says, realizing that he's probably the only one with it.
Torquire would knock an arrow.
I'm going to go over here. And that's my turn.
I will cast Bless. I will move and then Bless.
Brush Thylacine rushes Lisa, who's very proud of herself. It takes a bite out of you for 9 damage.
Wow, that was more extra than I thought.
I'm going to use inspirational courage.
Inspire courage, yeah! I'm going to see that the leader is being silly, and I'm going to charge in there, and try to smack this thing with my shield using a charge attack. So plus 2, so plus total of 4 to this attack. Actually, I'm gonna smash it with my warhammer.
Boom! It whines as you do a solid smack to its snout.
Get back! He shouts to Lisa, holding out his shield arm this way.
Yeah, I've knocked a common arrow, and I'm gonna move over this way first for another 30 feet.
We're gonna pretend it's 60 feet this turn.
No,
Yeah.
come to me! Come to me!
Are you running over there?
I gotta complain.
Spencer's gonna reach out and touch his ally and cast Cure Light Wounds.
The brush Thylacine sees its prey leave. However, it starts to sniff in the air and run this direction, provoking an attack from Ivo.
Oh.
Boom! Another solid hit,
Bam!
just across its back as it runs, just skimming down its spine. Tick, 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 tick.
Get back here!
It seems to ignore the damage it's taken and bites at Torquire.
Ah! Owie.
Ooh.
As it starts chomping at your hip,
Ow! Ow!
sort of ripping open one of your pockets.
Ah!
Bacon spills everywhere.
Oh
Samuel.
no! It's all your fault!
I'm gonna use sleep.
It has a bunch of bacon in its mouth. It looks to turn and then falls over.
I'll do this as a coup de grace with an arrow.
So it would also need to do a 25 fortitude save to not...
So what happens if it succeeds?
It doesn't die.
But does it take the damage?
Yes.
Okay, so it takes the damage, doesn't die, but then dies?
Does the damage kill it?
No, I
anyways?
guess it's unconscious.
Oh. It succeeded the save?
It did.
That's scary.
So you shoot it like right in the neck, but you seem to have missed any important bits as it's still breathing.
Well, Ivo's just gonna coup de grace to that. Well, that could have gone better. We need to discuss tactics here. I don't mean to be rude.
Okay.
But charging into an enemy, just willy-nilly like that. We need to discuss these kinds of things.
I'm walking to Torquire at the moment.
He's holding his side and looking at his pocket.
I touch you and do another Cure Light Wounds.
Animals
do I
just
roll?
aren't my forte of fighting. I'm not used fighting with such feral.
You gain 4 health.
Well, if we're fighting against humans, I would hope you don't run up to them like that as well.
Of course,
They won't get distracted by bacon.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
We should get to a place to camp, and then I can run you guys through some drill.
At least I had that sleepy song, right, guys?
That was very nice.
Thank you, adventurers, so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more, head to our channel, check out some of our other stuff, and we'll see you around the campfire.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.